What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Welcome back once again. So look, Eminem just dropped the album, and everybody is ranting and raving about it, right? Everybody like, you should check it out. It's dope. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check it out. I haven't checked the album out yet, but there's this one particular track that everybody is going crazy about called Godzilla featuring Juice World. So I'm like, oh, Eminem and Juice World, that's an interesting combination. All right, I'm gonna check it out. I see people reacting to it left and right, getting a lot of views off of it. They like, he going crazy. Eminem spitting some of the hardest stuff he ever spit, and he on a whole nother level with it. And I mean, they just like blown away. So I'm like, okay, let me check this song out. Now look, disclaimer. Before y'all, if you're new to this channel, if you never watched any of my videos, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I have never been the biggest Eminem fan. It just is what it is. I respect him as a legend in the rap game. I respect his lyrical ability. He is a master at lyricism. He is a master at that craft for sure. However, his content has never resonated with me. I cannot relate to his content. And for two, it's just like, I don't relate to his content, and it's just like, I don't know, his music never does anything for my soul. Like, it never feeds my soul listening to an Eminem song. You know, compared to an artist like a J. Cole or a Jay-Z or an Outkast, Goody Mob, or, you know what I mean, Jada Kiss, Styles P. It doesn't do that like those artists do. But nonetheless, man, I respect his lyrical ability. So I'm like, okay, let me put it on and let me check it out. I put the song on, y'all, and I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm going to keep it all the way a buck. Like, I was not blown away and impressed like everybody else was. I just wasn't. That song, it didn't wow me at all. Seriously, the best part of the song was Juice WRLD's hook. Like fam killed the hook, like without question. That cannot be denied. He did that hook. He did that song a great justice with that hook. Without question, no doubt about it. And rest in peace to my Chicago brethren, man. He got busy on that hook and made it sound really, really good. However, I'm listening to M rapping, and it started off I'm like, okay, he rapping fast. Okay, start off pretty cool. And as I'm listening to it, like, I was not feeling it like that. I'm sorry. Because, for one, fast rapping, let me say this, right? I'm from Chicago, Illinois. Twista is a rapper that raps fast from Chicago. But although Twista was rapping fast, he was getting off on a lot of songs to me, right? And that's always been his style too. So by that being his style, he had to find a way to get off, like in that style, and not just be rapping fast. Because for a while, and I agree with this, a lot of people use fast rapping as a masking agent for them not really saying nothing. That as a masking is a way for them to hide the fact that they're not really saying nothing, but they rhyming a lot of words fast. And Eminem, he's a great lyricist. He can rhyme big words with each other, back and forth. He can find words to rhyme with each other and put them together, right? And make it sound good. However, for him rapping fast like that throughout the whole song, I'm going to ask y'all, what was he really saying on that song? For all that rapping fast, what was he really saying? Truthfully, what was he really, really saying from that song? And I looked at the lyrics of the song as well. And I wasn't wowed, though. I didn't leave wowed or super impressed with what he was saying. To be being honest with y'all, man, it was just like a lot of real, and then at the end, because everybody was like, oh my God, at the end, that's when he really got off. That's when he put all them big words into like 30 or 40 seconds, and everybody like, he used the most words ever in a song. He used all the big words, and he broke a record or whatever. And like, he was not saying nothing in that end. He was just using big words again, rhyming big words, rhyming back and forth. It wasn't really nothing impressive like that. And because we know the end of that song, you know what the end of that song remind me of? No lie. Same thing Busta Rhymes did at the end of Look at Me Now, Chris Brown song. And when he was on Look at Me Now, Chris Brown song. And people was like, Busta killed it, Busta killed it. And I'm like, no, he didn't. This is what Busta did. He did say, what do you do? Every time I get it, then I gotta go, and then I gotta show it, then I gotta do it better than nobody ever did it. Banging in the east, and I'm banging in the west, and I'm banging on the chest. Like, he not saying nothing. He just rhyming words together and doing it really, really fast, and was able to recite it real fast and get it in, and all the theatrics and all of that, and everybody was blown away. Busta killing it, because every time I get it, then I gotta go, then I gotta show it, then I gotta do that. Like, nah, that I don't feel that. You know what I mean? Because for real. People using this Godzilla song as a way to put Eminem at the top of the totem pole as the greatest rapper of all time. Like, this song is concrete evidence to prove that he is the greatest rapper to ever do it. And if you're gonna use a song, don't use that song to prove he's the greatest rapper to ever do it. I strongly disagree with that. Like, to say that that song proves that, he has other songs that you could pick that say that he was good. His verse on "Patiently Waiting" with 50, like, that's probably one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite verses from him. Cause when he get on 50 song, he not gonna do all that extra comical, all of that. It's that Gatman and Robin is horrible. The Massacre, I'm sorry, that was horrible. But that "Patiently Waiting," that's way better than anything he ever said on this verse, on this song, at all. And for two, if you're gonna use that song, Godzilla, as a way to say he's the GOAT, I'm sorry. Sean Carter from the Marcy Projects, Jay-Z, Jigga Man, said way better stuff than Eminem said at all on this song, on "What's Free." Meek Mill's song "What's Free." You can listen to Jay-Z's verse on "What's Free," and I can tell you everything he was talking about and what he was saying. And I got lines that I can remember off the top of my head that were impactful. Like, impactful. And he was really, really saying something. And he was not rapping fast at all. He was spitting some profound, elite lyricism. Some elite content was coming out of his mouth. But this Godzilla song, I don't get nothing from it, for real. But except he can rap really, really fast. And he can, recite words really, really fast. And he can get a lot of words in before the beat ends. Like, that's what I really got from it. Seriously. And this is not no, like, me hating. Let me say this, too. I have to speak to Eminem's fans, right? Now, matter of fact, I'm going to use the word that Eminem coined, his stans. Because he has a lot of, he has super fans that are called stans. He coined that term. And it's so messed up because whenever you don't like an Eminem song or you don't agree with the consensus that he is just the greatest rapper of all time, his fans say that you don't want to say that because you don't like Eminem because he's white. First of all, I don't care what ethnicity he is. That he came from a black man, I am not wild or impressed by that at all. Like, I don't care. Somebody else could have said that, and I would be like, no, that's not it. It's just not. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of black artists that I don't feel like that. And they known for rapping fast and doing all that I just do not feel. So that's not the case. Another thing a lot of Eminem stans will say is if you don't like a song by him or you don't like a project, you don't appreciate great lyricism because all you like to listen to is Gucci Gang and stuff like that. That's fam. No. All you like to listen to is mumble rapping, Migos and all that. Yes, fam, I can acknowledge Eminem is a better rapper than the Migos. He's better than Young Dolph. He's better than Black Youngster. He's better than whoever else, like a lot of other people. Yeah, they're like, okay, all right, so what? But fam, I listen to real rap. Real rap. I grew up listening to Outkast, Goody Mob, T.I., Jay-Z, Jadakiss, Styles P. I grew up listening to Nasir Jones, for a fact. And I know great hip-hop when I hear it. And okay, rap can be whatever you feel is what you feel. But I have a really, really good taste in music. And I know really good lyricism when I hear it. That was not Eminem's best exhibit of lyrical ability. That was not his best presentation of lyrical ability at all. So all of that, like, you don't know real lyricism and all this and all of that. Like, you can get up out of here with that. Like, I don't care. And for one, too, because I know last time I made a video about Eminem, all his fans come piling in, left and right. All his the stands, they coming in telling me, that's why you don't got a lot of subscribers now. You just making this because you don't got a lot of subscribers. First, I always say exactly how I feel. I don't care nothing about how many subscribers I got. Yes, I do want to have a big following, right? Eventually, right? But I know, you're right. I don't have a lot of subscribers right now. Okay, you're right. True enough. Next thing they told me, I was laughing because it's so funny. You still gonna be in your mama's basement making videos. Thank the Lord. I'm not in my mama's basement. Thank the Lord, right? Thank God for that, for sure. Somebody told me you need to get a real job because you don't have enough subscribers to get popping anyway. Thank the Lord, I got a real job. So we don't got to worry about that. The Lord blessed me with a real good job, really good job. So I'm very blessed for that. But I'm going to say however I feel. I don't care if you can come on this comment section talking crazy, talking disrespectful, whatever you want to say. Because I know we was face to face. Most of y'all ain't going to do what the elephant left on the showground. And we all know what the elephants leave on the showground, don't we? You know what they leave. So most of y'all not going to do that. So nonetheless, right, back to what I was saying. Fam, I was not impressed by that at all. Like all that, like for all that fast rapping, if somebody can tell me what he was really getting at, what he was saying for real in that song, because it just sounded like everybody was just super reacting to the fact that he could rap really, really fast. And I've heard people do that for so long now. That's not super. It's not impressive like that to me anymore. Like of course I cannot do it. I'm not a rapper. I cannot do it. But I've heard rappers rap extremely fast. I've heard Tech Nine. I heard Bone Thugs, Crazy Bone. I heard Twista go rap extremely fast on songs. I remember I heard Tech Nine had a song Stamina, and he was all of that. I've heard that for so long now that that's not something that blows my mind. But would the Eminem fans hear that and be like, holy guacamole, he's the best ever in the world? And I'm like, no, fam, like, no. I'm sorry. I really, rap is it where it's subjective, and I'm looking for a subjective. Whoever you feel, people have different artists that they view as the greatest of all time and as their favorite. But there has never been a point in time in my life that I've ever thought that Eminem was a better rapper than Sean Jay-Z Carter. Never one day in my life did I ever think that. Nor do I think I ever will. Because I'm sorry. That verse he spit, that was free verse at his age and still rapping like that is immaculate. That is exceptional. Like for real. And that third verse on What More Can I Say? I say it all the time. That verse still gives me chills to this day, without question. But I'm talking about something recently. Jigga Man was still rapping like that, and it's evident on What's Free. So I can never just, that ain't going to be no proof to tell me that Eminem verse on Godzilla not going to be proof to tell me he's the greatest rapper of all time. But, yeah, man, a lot of Eminem, super fans, they be so offended if you don't like the song. But then let me say this, too, because Eminem's fan base, I'm gonna have to say it. Fam got the most toxic fan base I've ever seen in hip hop. The most toxic fan base. You know why? Because again, they always come up with another reason for you disliking Eminem other than the fact that you just don't like the song that he made or the album that he made. Right? I haven't listened to the album, but I've listened to this song and I ain't impressed like that. But I'm gonna say this about Eminem fans. 50% of Eminem fans are really, really true hip-hop heads. Really, really big hip-hop fans. The other 50% only listen to him. They don't listen to no other hip-hop but him. And the only time they ever come around talking about hip-hop is when he drops. And I'm sorry. If you that part of the 50%, you don't count, brother. Because you don't listen to nothing else but him. So that would be the reason why you think he's the greatest to ever do it. You never heard anybody else spit at all. Really. No. Not just the songs you hear on the radio. That shit don't count. You ain't heard nothing else outside of him all day long. And no. So that doesn't count. But it's a lot of Eminem fans are 50-50. 50% true hip-hop heads, 50% people that don't listen to hip-hop until he drops. And that 50%, it's a lot of them that be pushing their agenda like, oh my God, he's the greatest thing that ever since sliced bread. And it's like, have you heard anything else? If that is your proof is he's the greatest thing ever, you're going to have to come again with that one. I'm sorry. But that's just how it goes, man. I've noticed that for real. But yeah, I'm looking at and the fan base, and they'll tell you something like, this is the biggest thing a lot of the super Eminem stands will say. You just mad because he's a white dude, and you be like, you mad because he's a white dude and he's selling more albums than anybody. Their biggest retort is to say that if you don't like Eminem and you don't really feel his content like that, they'll say, well, he sells the most records than anybody else in this world. And my response to that is, duh, absolutely he does. Without question he does. He sells tremendously. And again, I'm not going to say he's a talented artist. He's a talented rapper. But I've heard way better than that on that Godzilla stuff. And I heard better from him. Even though I don't even feel his content, I really identify with his music or connect to his music at all. I've heard better from him than that. But People like he sells the most records. First of all, who is Eminem's core audience? You all know this. His core audience is a lot of Caucasian suburban kids. A lot of Caucasian emo suburban kids is a big part of his audience. And we know that it's just a fact. Especially in the United States, for sure. The majority population in the world in general, though. But in the United States, for sure, the majority of the population is Caucasian. And that's a huge part of his demographic. They buy a lot of his albums, so it's like it's going to set off the roof. I'm not saying that Eminem doesn't have fans all across the board. I know there are black people that really like Eminem. There are Asian people that really like Eminem. There are Hispanic people that really like Eminem. But a big chunk of the population, a huge chunk of the population really adores and admires him. So of course he's going to sell out super quick. Look how fast this single is selling. Look how fast it is selling. It's like all in the other songs on the album, they going crazy off of it. They going crazy off of that song for sure. But it's like, I'm not blown away like everybody else is. But of course he's going to sell a whole lot of records. Of course he is. I always say this. I say, man, look, I used to tell all the hip hop artists, if you want to sell, gotta make music that white people like too. Because eventually that's really what's going to sell you records, because they buy records. My demographic, black people don't really buy albums like that. We don't really buy music as much as the Caucasian population does or the Asian population does. Or like we just don't. It is what it is. So it's why a lot of the audiences, a lot of the rappers that have core black fan bases don't sell a whole lot. While the other ones that have fan bases that are spread around and have a lot of Caucasian fans, Asian fans, Hispanic fans all across the board and all of that, they sell crazy. Especially when they got a huge fan base of you got a huge part of the Caucasian population because they buy the albums. It is what it is. But look, it's just, man, nah. Cause Eminem fans be killing me. They think if he rhymed 4 horse, 4 torch, and floorboards for 3 minutes straight, they go bananas and be like, oh my God, it's like the best thing in the world. And it's like, no. And there is a generation who thinks that rapping at a really, really fast pace is super impressive. And that is the substitute for quality rapping, for quality lyricism. That as long as you rap fast and just rapping a whole bunch of words in a short period of time, that just makes up for anything. Again, I ask y'all, for all the fast rapping, what did he really say? What did he really say in that song? Is that verse is no way. I mean, well, again, it's your opinion, but I'm sorry. It's like, you cannot convince me that verse, that Godzilla, is better than Jay-Z's one verse on Meek Mill's What's Free. It's just, you cannot convince me of that. I'm sorry. But it's like, and M with this song, M is feeding that generation of people that or the crowd of people that think like rapping fast is like, because there's a lot of people that don't listen to rap like that, but when they hear somebody rap fast, they get blown away. Funny fact, I was at work one day, right? And this woman, she does not listen to hip hop at all. And you know, it is what I just know it. She hears this guy that's in an Uber. It's a video of a guy in an Uber on Facebook, and he's rapping super, super fast, right? And she like, isn't he so good? Isn't he so good? And I had to laugh it off. I was being fake with her because I just yeah, he's good, because she's an older lady. I didn't want to, ruin her mood or whatever, and be the bearer of bad news. But it was not impressive. All he was doing was rapping fast and banging in the east and banging in the west. Every time I get it, then I gotta go it, then I gotta show it, then I gotta do it better than nobody ever did because I do it. Like, no, that's that Busta Rhymes. Don't look at me now. That's not it, fam. That is not it. And thinking somebody is good because they good at rapping because they could do it super, super fast is not what's up. It's not. Again, I acknowledge Eminem is a legend. He's a legendary figure in music. He's made some songs that are profound. And then too, when Nas said that Eminem killed Jay-Z on Renegade, Nas was really lying. He was just trying to poke at Jay-Z and trying to get Jay-Z upset. Eminem did not watch him on Renegade. I'm sorry, it never happened. Listen to that verse. They both got off. They both got off equally, but he did not kill him. But Eminem is a legend. He has historical status in the rap game. He's a master lyricist. It's just not for me. A lot of his content is not for me. I don't relate to it. But this song in particular is overrated. It is what it is, man. Machiavelli Mills TV, thank y'all for watching. Peace.